Happy Sunday. Welcome to the Coily Crowns. I'm Miss Shante.
And I'm Lori, and welcome to our Queendom. Hi, y'all.
Yay. So hopefully you are a subscriber to our page and
Yes.
have hit the notification button,
And
right?
share.
So that you've gotten and share, but got
Mhm.
notification that today we're gone live a little earlier than
Oh,
usual.
sorry. That was
But
my fault.
more more reasons why to hit that notification button so that you won't miss another episode. So, this is Married at First Sight, season 16,
16,
episode
17.
15, episode
Yeah.
17
Yep.
review. Yeah. I want to say, did I say something wrong? I haven't
I was just
got my mouth yet.
repeating. No, I was just
Oh, okay.
repeating. Go ahead.
Echo. Okay, so welcome to our page as we recap Married at First Sight. So this week we're still at the couples retreat in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Last week the couples arrived and had their first night and they had a little pageant. Go watch last week's recap to catch up. So this week they're finishing up their next maybe 2 days I think it was of the trip, a couple group outings and things like that.
Yeah.
So
They
who do we
stretching.
want to start with?
They are
Aren't
stretching
they?
this out like big time. But I guess we could start with the surprise that I had that Eris came back. I'm confused. I thought he was gone, like he
I
left
did too.
her for a work event, but this man came back 4 hours.
And you said how long was the distance? 4 hours.
Four
Okay.
hours. So I'm
Yeah.
like, wow, okay, interesting. So I was like, okay, that is kind of progress. I don't know. I don't think he
I
would just
said
not come back.
I don't know. This episode I was watching and I don't know, it just seemed like something was different with Aries. He just looked a little bit more joyful, like just light and just I
Yeah.
was just like, okay. It
The
doesn't seem
last
like
one
that. Like
too.
he was
Yeah.
last one too. Yeah, like
Yeah.
previous episodes, it was just I think a lot of that weight, that pressure that he had put on himself with
Mm.
the what was happening. And I think obviously something's happened that they've made some progress and he has really tried to do better and improve and put it in some efforts, right? There was a
I agree.
conversation a few weeks ago with you put in effort at work. How do you, and to make that work, how do you not put in effort here in the marriage? And I think he's starting to really realize that and put in that effort. So it just seems like it's coming out. You can see it. Even to the point of when he left, he had to go back home for a work meeting. He was talking about how different it was than Jasmine wasn't there, Duchess, the dog wasn't there, and he
Mm-hmm.
mentioned the hair. There was no hair on the ground. I thought he was talking about the dog. He was talking about Jasmine. That basically there
He's
was no
not
hair.
funny to me. I just don't think he's funny.
He,
And she be
yeah,
laughing
he
at
was
his
trying to make little
jokes.
jokes.
Like,
I,
no.
I think that's just to make him feel good. Like that's what a
No,
wife's
she
supposed to
looks
do.
like it
You
jumped.
think she really
They
is
don't
into
seem
him?
like fake laughs to me. She be like, oh my God, I can't believe you just said that. That's how it sounds like to me. It does not sound like, oh.
Or maybe her fake she could be very well.
Yeah.
It's funny to her and she's enjoying it. But and there are definitely times where she really is laughing and she's
Yeah.
at it. But I think there's definitely times I've seen her where she's just kind of like it still sounds like a genuine laugh, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't think she's really laughing.
Oh,
She's just like maybe nervous laughter at times.
it could be nervous laughter. It could be that too.
Yeah.
But I'll be like, I wouldn't even think it. So I'll just be like,
But that laughter with about the hair, that was genuine. That was real. Cause she was
mm.
like, "Oh, so you were missing me?
So this
You
is
you missed?"
okay. Let's talk about this. Okay. So on
Okay.
the first time that you said, "Oh, he says he missed them," whatever. That was on a video when he was there by himself, right? So then he comes back. They're playing Connect Four, right? He's not looking at her again. He is so into this game. she's telling him about the day that they had, like he missed the whole log thing. She's talking about how
Mm-hmm.
her booty or looks good. Oh no, I don't think she said her booty looked good there. I'm sorry. I think
No,
she just
she
said that
said,
she won, like she killed it. She went higher than everybody else. Blah 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 blah. He's like, oh okay, yeah, but you still losing at this Connect Four. I was
read the room, dude.
like, is
Right.
that your
Why do you
response?
need to say
I
that?
don't understand. He was just like, yeah, whatever. So then he was like, man, it felt different when I was back home. I really miss Duchess. I even missed the hair on the floor. And she's like, what hair? And she was like, your hair. He's like, oh, okay. So you miss me? And I'm like, this man never said he missed you.
Just say that.
He never said he missed you, though. He didn't.
He did not.
He did not say
But
that.
why you say it in the confessional?
Uh
Why not
huh.
say it here
Because
too?
he don't
Like
like her.
why? So
He
why
did.
lie and say it in the confessional?
No, I think he really does feel like the place felt different. I was surprised he went back to the place. I thought you
So
would just go
okay.
home. You know what I'm
So
saying?
you said he never did say the exact words "I miss Jasmine," right?
When did he do
In
that?
the
Yeah, he never
so in
did
the
that.
confessional is more of like the environment. Yeah, okay, it's quiet because it's not here. I miss having the dog or somebody else around,
Yeah,
but not necessarily I miss Jasmine.
I didn't
Um,
hear that.
and then he did not come out and just say that, but yeah, I mean, even with the hair, like, dude, that's the best way you can come out and say that you
And
miss me if
you can
that is
say
the case.
that. You can clearly say I miss the hair, but you can't say I miss being around you. I miss you. Something. Like I was just like she's like, "Oh, you miss me?" Oh. No, girl. No all.
Lord, he said no. I miss the hair on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Sorry. Let me see what else
Oh,
was
hmm.
oh. um yeah, so Jasmine also says that she missed him. I don't know if she told him though directly that I missed you.
I don't I don't remember her telling him that directly. No.
Yeah. But she
I
said
think
it
it
in a
was just in the
confessional.
confessional
Yeah.
that she also missed him.
So I don't know. They don't be talking. It's over. Can we just say it's over? It's over. Uh, the only other scenes I remember is Jasmine, like she said, she's seventh wheeling it. So she goes on the log
Oh,
cabin outing with all the couples. So we could talk about that kind of separately, like what we did last time with the big activities. And then the dinner at the end, where was there no table at this
I was
place?
wondering the same thing. Maybe the table wasn't big enough for all of them.
Oh,
Like
but
maybe it was only for four. I don't know, but I was like, why are they all crowded around this little coffee
it's
table
so
to
I would
eat
not
dinner
be
like
able to
that?
eat. I would not. And nobody had their plate in their hands. It was like, what, I'm a hunch over to
You had to
eat.
hunch down.
And they're
Yes.
all dressed. Well, okay, I shouldn't say all dressed up. They're mostly dressed up for this dinner. It was like they went
I
to
thought they were
five.
going somewhere.
They look like they went to three different dinners at the same time. Jasmine and Eris went somewhere else. Nicole and Chris was somewhere else with maybe Kirsten and Shaq. Those two went somewhere together, and then Clint and Gina was at the house.
They
Like
just showed up.
they just because I was like, did they try to coordinate this? Because if they were supposed to be dressing up, everybody did not get the memo
I would say Clint and Gina did not get that memo, huh?
at
Because
all.
everybody was at least trying
A
to
little bit, yeah.
dress something. Yeah. I
Child,
mean,
a mess.
it was weird. And I
A
was like,
mess.
all these other dinners, I was trying to remember when they showed them eating episode before, where did they ate outside, but it wasn't
Oh yes.
everybody,
It wasn't?
right?
Yeah, the first
I
one,
can't
wherever
remember
they made
the first was
dinner, the
everybody.
first night, everybody was there. Everybody was there.
So
Maybe
why then they couldn't? Maybe it was too chill. I don't know. I was trying to think of why they couldn't eat where they were eating
it was
before
an awkward
instead of
scene. I was like, what is this? I'm confused. don't know what's happening. But
I was
anyways,
crying.
that's the only other part that I remember Jasmine and Eris somewhere when they were
Oh,
asking each other questions.
together. Yeah, that was about it. They just showed them in the car driving back, but I don't remember no conversation
No,
happening. Yeah.
no.
Okay.
So let me think. You have anything else for Jasmine and Eris? No.
No.
All right.
I think I'll just add this.
Oh, okay.
I think Jasmine believes now that Eris is putting in a little bit more effort, that, oh, okay, giving her just a little bit more glimmer of hope. But as you're saying, that may not be the case, right? If it was, you would think he would just be more vocal and just say, like, we know he can talk, he ain't got no problem in communicating, but when it comes to her, obviously he's not communicating because those are not the feelings that he actually feels, and so he knows not
Yeah.
to say those things.
And maybe he's just like, okay, I can't keep saying the same thing. Maybe he's trying to finally just be like, let's just keep going. We got a couple more days left.
Just a couple more days, yeah.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Okay, so that was it. Those
Okay.
were my last thoughts.
Nicole and Chris. Nicole. I was with Nicole last week. I am no longer with Nicole. Let that man relax. You over there talking about we need to make a plan of where
I
we're
was
going
so
to live.
confused.
Are we going to make a
He was like,
plan?
I thought we already said we're doing that.
Oh, hold on one second. Sorry. Tell them what happened. I gotta come.
Okay, so Chris and Nicole, right, in the last episode on their drive down to Gatlinburg, there was this whole conversation about where they're going to move after decision day. She wants to move in right away together, but they have 3 dogs. And I guess it's been a challenge to find a location that allows all 3 dogs in an area that they both like. So Chris is like, we'll figure it out. Like, he's not in a rush to figure it out. Nicole is kind of like, no, I need to know before decision day. And so she asked him that again about, can we, well, she says what she needs, right? She's like, I need to know that we're on the same page and that we can make a decision to look into, make a decision. How did she phrase it? She wanted to make a decision to look into places before they move. And he was kind
Right.
of like, well, yeah, we've already said that. Like, we're going to look into places before before decision day. And it's like she kept repeating the same thing. And Chris was just like, did we not
Wait.
just say that? Like,
Not
I'm confused. What?
not only did they make a plan to do that, she told Kirsten that they've already started looking at places and they
Looking.
have not been able to find a place that's going to take 3 dogs. Girl, what are you talking about? I was like, I could see why he was just like, okay, we're on camera. I don't want to say nothing
Right?
wrong, but
If it was on camera, he would have been like, what are you talking about?
girl, what are you
Go
saying?
He was trying to be real nice.
I know. You could tell he was like hesitate, like, I think we did that. Just we yes, I'm on board. Yes, we will make a plan. Yes, it's definitive. Yes, we will do that. And she's just like, okay, so is that it? Is that the plan? Are we good? Like, are we good? He's like, yes.
Yeah.
It was just like, girl, sit
It's
down.
like, what are you expecting? Like, is it that she wants to find a place, get a lease, and all that before decision day?
But you're not going to
That's
be
too
able to
much.
do that if you can't even
Right.
find a place you've already started looking. I don't understand what the problem is. I'm confused.
I mean, unfortunately, what is probably going to happen, what you guys have been doing, her dog, or her dog, is going to have to stay with someone else. And they go back and forth or what have
Mhm.
you until they can find a place that can take all 3 dogs.
Right.
But this anxiousness that she's exhibiting about trying to find a place and living together so soon after decision day. It's like, pause. Like,
Yeah.
this is temporary about let's move in and try to see if we want to stay together. But once you say yes, then okay, you got time to now really merge your lives together. This little merger is temporary
No.
for right
Yeah,
now, right?
exactly. Exactly. And it's
Take
not
your time.
and it's not even like it's just because like before because I was like, Chris, you can't just be like, let's keep our lease for like 9 months, okay? Because that's just ridiculous. But if you are actively looking and trying to find a place, then that means if something does come up, then you could be like, okay, this is it. We finally found a place. We both like it. They take the 3 dogs. We're ready to move forward to break our
Right.
lease. It's not like he's saying that anymore. Like, no, let's just stay. He's actually trying to participate in finding a place. What else do you want this man to do? I don't know. What other
Right. Go
reinsurances you
build a
need?
house so they can do that. That's
And it sounds like that's not an option because they're not talking about buying anything. So maybe they can't right now at this moment. I don't know what the market is like in Nashville. I don't understand why their friend can't help them because she offered nothing in their sideline
I was gonna
conversation.
say why when she was talking to her, she'd be like, "Hey, can you look and find us a place, or do you know somebody that could help us in finding a house? Because maybe they just looking at apartments and they need to look at a house.
Yeah, to rent a
You probably
house.
have more options, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Kirsty was just like, "Oh yeah,
Oh, that's bad.
okay."
Ooh. Right. Oh
Not offer
no.
nothing.
Nothing. Zero. That girl was just like, I don't know what you talking about right now. Real estate. Oh, my job. Oh, yeah, I am in real estate.
She's like, "I'm off the clock." Okay.
I'm on vacation. So, anyways, they do have a little mini date. 'Cause I don't think Jasmine and Eris got one. So they had a little mini date and they go to mini golf. Child,
Girl, she getting on my
this
nerves.
man's going one day. She getting on his nerves. I don't
I
know how,
know.
because he was just
Bless his
like, we will
heart.
never play
Bless
this
his
again.
heart.
We'll game again.
See,
We'll never do this. And he, go ahead.
oh, you're frozen. You're like freezing up on me on my end, so I don't know what I missed. I was gonna say, so Nicole
Go
is
ahead.
me a little when it comes to like putt putt. Like, I suck at it, and I if it's something I'm doing that I'm not good at, I can get frustrated as well, but not to that level. It's like y'all just playing. Okay, I suck. I'm gonna just suck it up and just continue to play. But she was really like internalizing that and just like too much. It's just a game. It's just a game.
And he wasn't even care. He was just like, do it again. It's just like, no, but
Right.
then we're cheating. Okay, so which one do you want to get? Now I'm confused again. Do you want to play and just pretend and just have a good time? Or do you want to win, but you're bad at it? So then you're just going to be mad that you lost. Which one? Which one are we doing? And let's pick that
Both.
lane and say, okay, I can't do that. I would have been
Nope.
like, okay, it's
Both.
time to go. Let's go to dinner. Let's go have drinks. What you want to do? Let's go have some moonshine, some whiskey.
Especially if it's like I don't know how many holes do they normally have for putt putt? Do they have like the 18?
No
Okay.
idea.
Come like I could totally be like this 18 and we got to do this every time with Nicole.
Every
Okay, we're gonna
time.
go ahead and pack this up and go ahead and do something
Ooh,
else.
you won. Woo, just put it in the hole. Just put the ball in every hole. Just put it in there. Because I do not, I cannot. I do not.
Not through all of that.
Mm-mm. Nope. So, yeah, that whole thing was weird. And then, let's see. Oh, my last thing I have for Chris and Nicole was the whole dinosaur situation. So,
Bless his
Nicole
heart.
Nicole has an idea to dress up as dinosaurs, like full size dinosaurs, inflatable dinosaurs, to go to
Why?
breakfast the morning that they're leaving. Okay, so they get dressed, or no, she
Why?
pulls it. She pulls it out, and he's like, "So what's the purpose of that?" And she was just like, no
Why?
purpose. We're just being silly. And he's like, but do we have to? Because I feel like everybody's going to be confused if we put on dinosaur outfits and we had no reason to put these on. She's like, yeah, but then they'll be so surprised and it's silly. And he's just like, but do we have to? And she's like, I mean, we don't have to, but it'll be really nice because I want to do it and I want you to do it with me. And he was just like, I really don't want to, but I think you want me to. So I guess I'll do it under duress. And she's just like, yay, girl. Now you done had
Bless his
this
heart.
whole speech the night before, okay? Telling him that you don't like that he does stuff that other people want him to do. And then you're gonna do this? I don't know what's happening. I'm just Nicole, you confused me this entire episode. Entire episode. I was lost.
Chris, bless your heart. Because you got some patience for real. Because other way around, no, I'm not putting that on. You go ahead, do it yourself. Be steady on your own. I'm not putting that on.
I think he learned this from the time he really put his foot down and didn't want to wear that shirt, that flamingo shirt. And then she
Mm-hmm.
went round and round, told everybody that he didn't want to put on the shirt, put the
He
shirt
did.
on, brought the shirt out, kind of made him put the shirt back on again, even though he already said no. Why are we still talking about this? I think he was just like, it's the last day of our couples retreat. I don't feel like for this drama. I just want to go home. That's all I want to
No, I
do.
think I don't know how you do it, but I feel like that's one of those areas he's gonna have to put his foot down. He's not into doing that. I understand
Mm-hmm.
every now and then. The shirt thing, I thought that was cute. Like for the theme and for the people
Yeah.
coming over. This dinosaur thing, I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And then she would be like, okay, so he won't do this. So let's revisit the shirt thing, like matching shirts or something. He might be more willing to do that down the line, right?
Mm.
And maybe it's that extreme. You go all the way to this extreme, and he'd be like, no. Then he's like, okay, matching shirts are not that bad. I can do that. I don't know, but bless his heart. That's all I could keep saying because that was ridiculous. And
Mess.
then when they came up the stairs, or whatever, making the noise, the looks on their face, they were just like,
Oh my God, I
what
forgot
in the
about that.
world?
I forgot about that. And she was just like pushing this when it was clearly not funny. Like nobody even gave, they were just like, wait, what's happening? And
What's
Clayton's
going
like, hey,
on?
Chris, I can use your help over here. They just totally wiped over what was going on. She's over there feeding the dinosaur, and
Clint
everybody's just,
Clean the real window. He know that man was not. That's why he was like, "I
no.
need your help. Go on and get out that mess. Go on and get
Yes.
that out. Get
Well,
out there."
Chris made
So
it known. As soon as he went upstairs, he's like, yeah, she made me put this
this is
on.
her idea.
Not. She said, I told her it was gonna be dumb. I told you nobody was gonna get it. I told her all these things. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to
So did. Oh my god! Then she was there trying to feed the
It
dinosaur
was a
thing. It
mess.
was like,
A
this is
mess.
not funny.
It's
Just
not. It wasn't even
oh
cute. It
man,
was like, girl, sit down. But yeah, that's all I had for them. Like in that the regular episode piece. But I was just like, what's going on
yeah.
here? Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Who else we got on this list? Oh, Jesus Christ. Gina
Well,
and Clint.
no,
Oh,
so we can just go
you want
right
to go
into
to
them.
them? Okay.
Yeah, you said we can just go right to
Gina
them.
and Clint. Gina and Clint had no date that I can remember. They didn't go. They didn't go nowhere. They didn't do nothing. They
They
didn't do
just
the
had that talk.
right.
I
They
guess
didn't do
that was
no
supposed to be their
picture
little day.
thing. They didn't do no like no group date, no single date,
They did
nothing.
do the group date. They did the lumberjack thing. They were
No, I
there.
know that's not a group date. That was an activity.
Oh,
Remember,
oh,
Shaq and Kirsten and Nicole and Chris
yeah.
went
They did
to
the
the
picture
get
thing.
picture.
You're calling
Right.
that a date?
That's
Okay,
like a double date. The lumberjack thing, everybody did. It was like an activity to
right.
me. So I'm just saying everybody else had, except for Jasmine and Eris, because I think they were gone. They probably would have had a date. and Clint and Gina didn't have their own
Mm-hmm.
separate or double date situation. So they had this talk. Let me see if there was something else. Okay, no, I want to say last week I forgot it was his birthday. It's him and Nicole's birthday weekend. Totally forgot about
Mm-hmm.
that. So we get the first scene with Clint and Gina. Is he having a hangover? This man cannot hold his liquor. I'm sorry. He goes ham with the whiskey and the moonshine. Every time there's like a huge date and they catch him the next day, he's like,
Clint
my
old.
head.
That body don't process it, don't metabolize
He hanging out
alcohol
with young
like that like
people.
he used to.
He cannot
He
keep up.
forgetting. Yeah, he forgetting. He hanging with some young kids. He
Oh
can't go
my
out like that.
gosh. He is just like always over it. So he's taking aspirin in the morning and and I think
But
Gina
I'm
was
glad
saying,
you.
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm glad you're bringing that up because there was a comment that Gina made talking about helping him right
Hmm.
with his hangover, how drunk he was the night before, kind
Yes.
of like no wife wants that, or it's not like attractive, right? And I was
Yeah.
like, it was his birthday. How often does this happen? But you're saying that it's happened a couple times that we've seen. So no telling how many
And it's
times it
only
may have
been two
happened
months.
off camera.
Right. It's only been two
Yes.
months. So they've got, and it's a lot of drinking. I guess Tennessee is known for the whiskey and the moonshine. So it seems like most of their big outings have been around a lot of alcohol, like
With
heavy
the
alcohol.
alcohol.
And he cannot manage it. And I don't think he knows that he can't manage it. But since you kind of brought it up, I don't think it was appropriate for her to tell the others this. I feel like that's a conversation
Mm.
she should have had with Clint.
You have
Like,
him. Mm.
Clint, do you have an issue like when you're out? Do you know what's your limit? Like a nice way. Like, do you know what's your cap? Because I know what my limit is, and most people will know. Okay, two, three, four. Okay, after four, I can't do no more. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or three
After
is my
four, I can't do
max,
no more.
right? Or two, or one. Like you should know how far you need to go. His birthday to me would have been the only exception. Like everything else,
Mm-hmm.
it shouldn't have happened. But the birthday, you're not driving anywhere. You're staying in the same
Right.
place. It's your birthday. It's an 80s party. It's like a whole thing. That I can understand. But I can count a couple times. I think this is like number three that we've seen Clint not be able to pull it together
Oh,
the next day. So I could see maybe she's dealing with a lot more than what we see. Like if she's saying
right.
I had to like get him over
Find
here,
his pajamas, help him get into bed. Yes.
she's probably
I
like,
was like,
"Sir, I don't even like you, and I have to do all this. Like, what is this? What's happening here?" So, but I feel like when he saw, because they kind of talked about this on After Party, when he saw her comment, I think he was thrown off that she would say something like that, because I don't think she's ever told him that,
mm,
I don't like this. This is not attractive to me. Like, this is not what I would see as husband material. I understand it's your birthday and everything, but still, like, all we got is 2 months
slow down.
to see
Right.
what you would be. So if you can't control
I don't like
yourself,
where this is heading. Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. But I would think you just tell your partner that, but not her. Anyways, so I want to kind of mention that a little bit. Happy birthday, Clip. My bad. Um, then they had this outing. I guess that was their date where she was, I don't know what happened. She's taking a shower or whatever. Then she comes out on the balcony and she's coming
Oh,
out looking all sad. And he's like, "What's going on?" And she's like, "Oh, just found out such and such quit." And she was so
Julia.
heartbroken. Oh, okay, Julia quit.
She's
And
gonna put her name out there.
oh yeah, she was ready to throw her under the bus for sure. Okay, this was
Mm-hmm.
revenge. This was not like, "Oh, this is my employee, whatever." No, this was very specific and she wanted this to be recorded, just like what she did to Clint behind his back. So, this is her character that she talks to people behind their backs when, she feels a certain way. So, she was like, "Oh, she quit via text. She didn't even call me." And I was like, "Ooh, that is kind of down low, but she's like, yeah, these young people, they just don't, they just are emotional, I think she said. And
Make emotional decisions.
they make emotional decisions. Even though I've invested, my last year or whatever, girl, you were probably paying her nothing to learn and be an apprentice under you. You got some free labor out of her. She got some experience from you. It's a give and take relationship. If she's ready to go, go. Like I've never been that type of person who, even if I train you or you're, you know, semi my friend, you cannot hold people
Mm-hmm.
hostage to do what they want to do. And she just seemed like she was like so felt disrespected, I guess, because she wanted to
Mm-hmm.
leave. Because I thought it was more on, oh, she did it via text was her issue, but that wasn't the issue. It was just that she
She
left.
felt like she invested into her. So yeah, so when she was having that conversation, right, and she was talking about all this and that she had done for the girl, you would have thought that she was the teacher, the instructor, giving her the hours and the education she needs to take the test and become a trained cosmetologist. And I'm like, well, what all did you had to invest into her? She already should have had her license, right, to come and work underneath you. No?
Mm-mm. No, because sometimes you can get an apprenticeship license. So you could go to
Okay.
school for
Okay.
like a little bit, but not the full period. And you can actually work under someone and then take the test and do it. But you're working under that person's license. So if you do, like, if
Mm-hmm.
something goes wrong, that person will have to pay for it. So that's why you usually will make sure they are trained before they take the test. So there is,
Yeah.
but that's why I say it's a give and take, because typically those people are not making full salaries, right? They're not
Right.
making what a normal stylist would make. They're doing things under you like an internship. That's what it is. It's an apprenticeship, but it's an internship. And it's usually paid, but it's usually a lot less money. So that's why I
Right.
said
Okay. So
they're
see,
both getting
I
something
didn't know
from each
that
other.
part.
Yeah.
I just assumed that she already had her license and she was working. And, still, you might be a mentor and teach and do that stuff, but
Mhm.
that's kind of part of the give and take of being a mentor and mentee,
Yeah.
having that relationship. You take that stuff, you learn, and then you move on. But how she was taking it so personal, I was like,
Yeah.
why is she like stealing your clients as well?
Well,
Like,
that
what's going
exactly.
on?
Like, what is really going on? But she was just like, no, it's just, she was also my friend, and I need to do better with, the like
Having that line, mm-hmm.
that, yeah, that line of being a boss and
Business,
also a
mhm.
friend. But I'm like, and then Clint, I mean, I don't know. I like Clint. I don't know where this turn of events happened, but he was giving her some really good advice. He was just saying, yes, I understand, like really emphasizing with her, but then also saying, yes, you need to be better in the future when you're hiring someone, that you really do need to have like you can have a personal relationship, but you also have to have some separation with how you treat your
Mhm.
employees. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know, he listened well. He gave some good advice, feedback, and everything. And he didn't take over the
I
conversation, you know?
I think Clint would be a good husband for the right person.
Yeah.
Like what we saw at the beginning was old Clint, wild Clint, who wanted to be out in the streets and stuff. I feel
Yeah.
like then he was like, I'm ready. So I
Yeah.
signed up and I'm gonna put in. And it's like something switched and he became husband mode. And he could be
Yeah.
like this as a friend as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But it still is a little different when you're in a relationship or marriage. And so to be there and the effort that he's put in and tried to support her, but still kind of be like, okay, you want to approach this from a friendship. We can establish that friendship
Yeah.
and hope it grow into more. She not willing for it to grow into more, and
No.
so he's kind of stuck. But I think if it was another partner, I think he would show up. I think he has the potential to be a good husband.
Is Clint Woody?
Didn't we talk about this one time? Oh, we were talking about Eris, maybe. Somebody we tried to compare was like, that's kind of separate. We can't do that. But I can see that because when Woody came in, Woody's from the New Orleans
New
season of
Orleans.
Married at First Sight. If you weren't watching back then, he was party boy. People were surprised that he
Yes.
wanted to get married and do that. I can see some similarities there. Yes.
Yeah, like Clint is in, like he is ready to settle down. I also think his age has something to do with it, which makes sense to me
Oh,
too.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But he is ready. Like I'm still shocked that he's still invested at the level that he's invested in now, because it's not even like I'm here so I won't get fined. He is here and he's also
And
engaged.
try.
He's trying,
Mm-hmm.
he's doing stuff. And we'll get to more comments that Gina made after the lumberjack thing. But I'm just like, girl, if you feel this way, why are you here? I'm confused. Quit.
Well, you ask the same question every week.
Every week, I'm waiting for the quit. Are we really going to go all the way to decision day? Yes, we are. But it's just like, girl, girl.
Girl.
Okay, sorry. Um, yeah, I didn't have nothing else from them separately.
Yeah, nothing else with
Okay.
them separately. And you said there's some group outings that will
Yes, we'll go back and
bring them
circle
back
back
into
to.
the fold.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Kirsten and Shaq. Ciao. Another confusion this week. This episode is just wait, what? What happened? What is going on?
Yeah, nobody's on the same page using their
No.
analogy in this their conversation because Shaq is like it's like we're on two different pages, and
But
that's
Shaq,
that
it's your fault
miscommunication is
too.
happening here.
Yeah, but that's your fault.
Yeah.
He is very I've seen just increasingly pettiness from Shaq since we've gone through it. I don't know what is going on, but he is still stuck on the first 2-3 weeks with Kirsten. He brings that up all the time now. And he does
Mm-hmm.
not want to do things that she is asking him to do, but then he has stuff that he wants her to do and he's mad at her for not doing it. Can't y'all just do stuff? It's 2 more weeks left. Just do whatever the other person wants to do. Suck it up. Do it 100%. And then if it don't work, just be like, okay, then work. You already married. Like, I don't
So
understand.
this conversation that they were having right about what was it? He was saying how she always wants to communicate or talk, have conversations, and she was just like, but he was like, but we do talk, and she's kind of like, no, but we don't talk, and I'm like, well, where's the confusion here? Like, what y'all need to be more um detailed, I guess,
Yeah,
and
they're
explaining
very vague.
exactly defining what a conversation looks like for each of
Well,
you,
why we
right?
got to do that?
Because
With this couple, this is the only couple that you have to define things because they use these words and you have no idea what they're talking about. We have
what they mean,
support.
everybody they have their own thing.
Okay,
Yes.
now we have communication. Okay, they communicate totally different, right? And now the next buzzword is that what did you just say? Oh man,
Conversations, the
talking. Okay,
oh, yeah.
so talking, right? And now Kirsten, her whole thing this episode is I don't know if you like me, and I'm like, okay,
How did we go back to that? Yes.
girl, what is
How did
happening?
we go wait that far back?
How and see, to me, I guess that would have been my question. If somebody says, I want to know if you like me, because I think this is the next episode, but she's kind of leading up to it in this episode, right? But if that's a question to me, then I'm gonna be like, so you can't tell that I like you by XYZ that I do for you, that I'm here, that I do this, that I do that, whatever. Because then I'll be like, so what will show you that I like you? Talking in the middle of the night? Like, I don't,
To 3 o'clock in the
till three
morning,
o'clock in the morning.
knowing I got to work the next morning. Yeah. Which he said he has done a few times.
But he's
Like
like, I
it's not like
cannot
he's
keep
like
up. I can't keep up. I got full days. Okay, I got a job. So I don't know what they're missing. Maybe because he doesn't come home till late. She's maybe not seeing, maybe they're not even seeing each other. as much as a normal couple. I don't know. Where he
Hmm.
goes to work early. He looks like he has events after work. She's a
Of
realtor, so
course,
maybe
yeah.
she has more time, flex time, and he doesn't come home too
Mm-hmm.
late. Then, maybe it's just dinner, shower, sleep. So then you don't have a lot of long conversations or deep conversations in the week time. And then so maybe all you have are Saturday and Sunday, depending on if she's not busy or if he doesn't have more events with his mentees. So maybe they're missing each other and she really wants to know before decision day that it's going to work.
Get
But my
better.
thing with
Okay.
decision day is y'all are still married. So if you see a glimmer, say yes and move forward. I don't know what the big deal is. We still don't know where you live. So it's not a big deal. Just cut that lease short, go back to your real house, let him stay where he's at. Because they have not talked about where they're going to live afterwards. So that's not a conversation.
No.
So just continue and see if it works. And if it doesn't, then get a divorce. It's going to be the same conclusion. I don't know what the problem is. I'm just I was like, what is going on? Are they not saying stuff that they need to say? Because I lost.
Yes. Yes. I mean, we've seen that from the beginning. There's these unspoken expectations that they do not communicate with each
Yeah.
other. So even with her in this whole conversation. So what you said, all of that, I believe is true. With his job, he has to work, do events and stuff in the evenings, right? He's also mentoring kids. So yeah, by the time he gets off work, it probably is dinner, shower, a little how was your day, that little,
Mm-hmm.
talk where you don't really get
Deep.
have a deep
Yeah.
conversation, and then it's time to go to bed. And so she is wanting more, right? And
Mm-hmm.
why she's
Mm-hmm.
probably wanting him to stay up and try to have that. But the man tired. Like, you want this big old fancy house, right? He got to work. He
Right.
need to be rested in order to get to work and do all that stuff. So
Yeah.
there needs to be that compromise, right? And it sounds like he has tried. He stayed up. And I think the after party, she tried to minimize it, like, oh, it hasn't happened that often.
And
Obviously,
here
it
come
must have been having
Eris.
enough.
Eris talking about they were like, okay, how many times? Oh, maybe like 3 or 4 times. He's like, that's too much. I was like, shut up. That's how I'll be like, shut up. Sorry. Keisha, what was
But
your
to
next
be
question?
honest, I don't think that's a lot of time for 2 months that you stayed up to 3 in the morning talking.
It's not a lot of time. Okay, so we got to think of real world, right? When you first meet somebody, you're dating, it's all these butterflies. You just keep talking, 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 and you
Mm-hmm.
really getting to know the person. The conversation is flowing. I feel like that's what's missing. I don't think they have the time, or Shaq has the time to be doing all of that. Okay, and he has his life. He said he want to go hang out with his family. He wants to go to the gym. He has to talk to his mentees. He got to go to work. He has events, work trips. His life is busy. Okay, he don't have
Yeah.
time. Okay, for all of this. And she's just like, but I want that dating courting phase. But you skipped that, ma'am. You signed up for a show that you were married
Right.
first. If you want all of
And
that,
then
you
that
on the
comes
wrong
out.
show. It's the wrong show. Okay. So I don't, she's going to have to compromise. He's going to have to compromise and move forward if you see anything. And I don't know I don't know. I don't know.
He gonna definitely have to work on that pettiness, because
It's
that's
so
gonna
petty.
hurt them. That is going to hurt them moving forward.
Yeah.
And maybe they need that decision day to say, okay, we both say yes, let's close that chapter,
Yeah.
right?
It's
Let's really
over.
focus on this and try from the beginning, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, we already married, but let's really try to go through all
Mm-hmm.
of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because they say, right, you're supposed to date anyways throughout your marriage. So let's
Yeah.
get more intentional in doing that. Let's get more intentional in finding time to talk, or what have you. And maybe during the day they find time, like, here's 30 minutes if he has the time during the day to talk or
Yeah.
whatever, just to kind of help build their relationship. But they need to just be really more vocal, communicate,
And
and
clear. Yeah.
And
Because then,
yeah, and say what those expectations are and what it looks like. So kind of back to that
mhm,
whole support. What does support look like to you? Okay, now I have it. Let
yeah.
me jot this down. So was it in where he talked about Kirsten and she pulled out her calendar, was trying
Oh,
to put in
yes.
some dates.
Yeah.
When that conversation happened? When did he was that on this episode?
Yeah, it was on this episode. I just don't know when.
Okay.
He was talking to the
So
guys,
I'll
I
just bring
think.
it
They
up.
were cooking. Yeah. I feel like
Ah,
he
they're
told
cooking.
them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they've had this whole conversation about what support looks like. He wants her to show up for him at different events, even traveling or what have you. Said she pulled out her calendar, was like, okay, what the dates are. Let me. And he was like, well, I don't want you to do that if you don't really want to
He
do it.
is so annoying. I cannot.
Then you tell me you want me to show up. I'm now putting it in my
Sir.
calendar so I can be sure I can be there to support you. I mean, at this point, does it matter if I want to be there or not? Because
Exactly.
I'm
You
gonna
gonna
be
have a
there.
hissy fit. Just let me just be there. Yeah, please, sir. It's too much. It's too much.
Yes.
And then he's also talked about, I think in that same conversation, about him meeting her family and how he's not going to beg her to meet her family, but family is important to him and they are family now, and he still cannot meet them and he doesn't understand what the problem is.
I'm with him on that. I still like why, because even if they didn't want to be on camera, they would at least would allude that, oh yeah, we went
But
and met them, I talked to
mhm,
them or whatever. It don't sound like she, other than the phone call, she said that he
yeah.
talked to the dad at one time. That's it.
But that was her saying that on After Party. I don't even know if that's true. Cause he's
That is
acting
very
like he don't
true.
know nothing about these people.
Nothing.
So I don't know when that would have been. I don't know. But yeah, I was just like, y'all confuse me, but okay. Yay. More couples. Woo. I didn't have nothing else from them
Nothing.
separately.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about this activity. This log cat, what is this? Log
A log. Okay. Lumberjack.
lumberjack training
Lumberjack
people activity
deck.
stuff. Yeah, so everybody goes except for Eris, right? Um, Gina and Clint are there. For some reason, Clint is drunk. He's like, "Not gonna happen. I'm gonna puke
I
over
can't do
everybody.
that.
I'm just gonna
Hmm.
look." And I don't think, did Gina go up? She went up
Yeah, she went up
Jasmine.
with Jasmine.
Okay, so Gina and Jasmine went up there. Jasmine blew everybody out the water going up. She was like almost really up, and then she fell. And then
To
she's
the
like,
top,
"Oh
yeah.
man." Chris and Nicole went. Nicole was going up there. I think
She
she
went
beat
higher
him.
than him.
Yeah, she beat
Hmm.
him. It was Kirsten and Shaq. Shaq beat Kirsten, but I was surprised Kirsten tried. She did it. She's, I don't know, Kirsten, she always confuses me too, because she always seems like maybe too put together to do stuff, but she was like,
Too
okay,
prissy.
yeah, just a little bit, but she did it. She's, whatever. Um, so they all do that. I thought it was interesting to see the actual professionals go up and down. I was like, okay. After they would have done it, I would be like, well, I'm not gonna be able to do any of those
Listen, I was
things.
gonna ask you, would you do that? Would you go to that little amusement park and try to do that?
Would it be my idea? No. Last night I went to a virtual reality place to kill zombies in virtual reality, and I thought I was gonna die. So I don't know
You
if
thought
that
the
would have
zombies
been.
were gonna get you?
No, it was the virtual. You can't tell where people are, so people are stepping on me. I'm like getting attacked by fake things and real things at the same time. I'm trying to shoot zombies and zombie dogs and zombie vultures and zombie giants, and I'm just like killing my teammates. I was just kind of a mess. I was sweating. It was so hot. It was so much gear on. I was like, yeah, it was okay. So I would probably participate on, I'm trying to think, on Gina's level. Probably. Like, oh, okay, that was fun. Next. Can somebody get me down? Help. But yeah. What about you, friend?
Yeah, I don't think I would do the rope thing. I don't have no upper body strength. I wouldn't make it off the ground. But the little lumber, going
Oh,
over the
the
logs,
things? I think
I
that
would
would
have
be
done that.
worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
That,
I would at
but I
least
guess
try
because
that
you're
because they had
sitting,
the
yeah, you're sitting in like the zip line thing. So I
harness.
guess,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm not gonna fall into the water. Yeah,
yes.
I would try
Okay.
to do that. But
Yeah.
trying to go up that, no,
No.
mm-mm,
Mm. I would
no.
try probably because I'm
Okay,
here.
this is me trying. Okay, I can't do
Take a
it.
picture. Did you get me? Did you get me?
That.
Does my booty look good in this harness? Like that?
Oh gosh, yeah, that's all Jasmine was looking for,
Oh gosh.
thinking about. Like, man,
Yeah.
if my husband Eris was here, he'd see my booty up here. Oh, that would attract him for sure, huh?
Yeah. Um so yeah, they did that. Then they have these weird conversations where they split the couples up to talk about how things are going. So I think it was Shaq, Jasmine, Nicole,
Nicole and
and
Clint.
Clint. And then the
Mm-hmm.
other side they talked. So things that came out of this conversation, because I don't remember everything, but the fact that um Gina, or well, I guess Shaq was trying to say, hey, I'm trying to get her. I think this was one of the discussions where he was like, I want her to want to do something, right? And Jasmine's like, well, if she's going, she's trying to support you, she's trying to be there for you, that's
Mm-hmm.
something. You know what I mean? Like, you can't force her to want to do something she don't want to do, but she's trying to do it for you. And he was just like, yeah, whatever. I just want to complain. That's basically all he wants to do. I don't understand. Um, and then Nicole's was harping on the same thing, same foolishness about him finding a
Oh my
place to
God.
live, but we just didn't know everything at that point, that they had already freaking talked about this. And I
We
was
had a
just like, girl,
conversation.
what are you talking about? And then Clint with this weird hopefulness as if this girl is going to turn it around in 2 weeks. Clint, stop it. Okay. And then juxtaposed to what she was saying about him. This is what we're going to get into the
Oh.
meat, because they were just talking about, oh, yeah, last night I had to help him into bed. He was so drunk. He had the whole bottle of champagne or whatever. And that is not attractive to me. I've never felt like a wife with him. There's just no way that that would be attractive to me as a husband, to have to help you into bed and get so drunk or whatever. No. And I was like, girl, did you ever tell him any of this stuff? Are you telling other people
Of
on camera?
course not. Of course not. Why would she tell him? Then he would change, and then that would give her a reason.
He would.
It wouldn't be an excuse to
He
not to
would.
go forth with it.
He definitely would change. You right about that. You right about that.
So if you don't tell him he can't change, and then you continue to harp on that, and then that gives you your reason of why to say no.
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah.
But with that conversation, right, when her saying that he doesn't make her feel like a wife,
Yeah.
they're both, if they, this is if they were equal and wanted to try to make this work, right?
Mm-hmm.
People fall into that trap of, well, you didn't do it, so I didn't do it, right? Somebody has to make the first
Yeah.
step.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would say Clint would probably be the one that would have, and I would say he probably has to in a very small extent, right?
Yeah.
A centimeter of trying to like, okay, if we can get this going, then it gives me more momentum, and then I'll start really treating you like a wife.
Right.
But I ain't getting nothing from you, so
Right.
yeah,
How do you even
we
treat
gonna
you like
speak
a
at this
wife?
friend level.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you want. So okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um I don't have too much for the picture, the little Western pictures they did, but I do want to talk about this. Because on After
Okay.
Party, I hollered when they were talking about Clint and his cooking. Okay.
Oh,
Clint, they went back.
so Clint was doing a lot of the cooking of this retreat, right? And
Oh
they were like,
my
"Oh man,
God.
Clint, you the man, cooking all these dishes." I'm thinking Clint must really know how to cook and season his food. Yeah, that's a negative.
They have
They
the nerve to have an extended scene on After Party talk about, oh, you put what kind of seasoning you put on there, Clint? And he said oil and salt. That's all it needs. And Eris's face was just like, golly, what? How long? How many more days do we have up here? This man want to cook everything and don't know how to cook. What?
oil and salt is all he put on. What was he cooking at night? I don't
Salmon. I
remember.
think it was salmon.
Salmon. He's like, that's all it needs.
And they was looking like, ooh, oh, okay. All
Listen, that's
right.
why he was liking that Jamaican food from episodes back. He was getting it in because
So
it had
he
some real
knows what tastes good, sir. Keisha said, Clint, you from the South, or you in the South. So you gonna need some seasoning here.
He's from New Orleans, right?
No, he's from New York.
He's from who's from New
Yeah.
Orleans? I thought somebody was from New Orleans.
Unless he was
Okay,
born
okay.
there. But I remember him saying that he was from New York. He lived in Florida and he's back in Tennessee. I don't know, but maybe he's lived other places. But Clint, you cannot be cooking for a whole set of people and you don't have no seasoning on your meat
Listen, he even say no salt and pepper. He said salt
and oil.
and
Oil
oil.
is not a seasoning. Okay, that's just an emulsifier that you cook with. Okay, or you dress with. You do not season with oil. What is going on here?
Oh my gosh, that was hilarious though. When I heard that too, and then Keisha gifted him with some
Yes,
all-purpose seasoning and something else, another seasoning.
I have listened to After Party, but I had to rewind. I was like, wait, extended scene. Let me go back. What?
Oh gosh, that was
Clint.
hilarious.
But yeah, so that's it. I remember. I think next week we're gonna see Clint actually get his hair cut. I'm surprised Gina's not cutting it. I'm very confused with what's going on there. Um, and that's where Kirsten asked Shaq, "Do you like me?" Okay. Um, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't. They keep previewing this stripper pole thing that Jasmine and Eris is doing, and they've been previewing this for like a month now. So I don't know if it's going to be actually be next week because I'm hoping that's the last week before decision day. No,
Girl, we probably got another month to go. You see how they be stretching this stuff
I
out.
will not be here. I will not be here. Uh-uh.
I don't
No.
know how long, but I would not be surprised between that
Well,
and then
what
they
else
still got
is?
to have the day before decision day. Then you still got to have decision day, and then they might do a some kind of episode in between of how where we've come from. You know what I mean? And
No, they
reviewing
had
all of
that
that.
already. They had it already.
Mhm.
They
Oh, okay.
did, and but typically they do it and they skip a week. They didn't even do that this time. They didn't skip a week. So we actually got both. We got the where are they now or how they doing, and then they still had a regular episode. So I never
Oh,
finished
okay.
that.
So I must miss
Where
that
are they
part.
that I don't like those episodes. I'll be like, what? We
This one
just saw
with
this.
Kevin Frazier
Yes, and
and
those
that
other
panel.
people.
Okay, I
Yeah.
might miss
Um,
that.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I think there's going to be at least 3 to 4 more episodes.
Oh my god.
I can see the end of May
That's with the
really probably
reunions.
be. No.
Oh my god, I can't take it.
I just
Where's Love
we'll
is
see,
Blind? Love is Blind. Don't you have something else in the can?
Oh, what they're supposed to be? Yeah, they taped. I heard them say they taped Seattle and what's this other one? I think they're doing
Denver? I feel like everybody's going
Denver.
to
Yeah, I think I
Denver.
heard they taped both of those at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
and they still trying to find people contestants here in the DC area
Oh my
to
god.
get on there.
They'll find somebody
So I'm
from West
running around.
Virginia. Or what
Close
else?
enough.
Yeah, that's
Listen,
what I'm
it's West
saying.
Virginia right down the street.
Kentucky. Be like, oh yeah, I'm moving. Yeah. I
Especially
love.
since we saw with Portland and Seattle,
Oh
whole
yeah.
nother show. Anyway, Married at First Sight. Let's stick with this one. I think it's a couple more episodes. But then what are we gonna do after when this does end? We're gonna need something else to watch. So, any suggestions if you're out there
Yeah.
watching any other dating reality shows? Let us know.
Yeah.
Hit us up.
I
We'll
want to do. I've heard Love After Lockup is good, so I want to do that one.
Melissa and Kev. I heard of that. I have not watched the episode. I've seen clips,
Me
but
either. I
okay,
think it'll be good, like
we can do
something
that.
like way off the wall.
Different.
Yes, because this is
Okay.
normal, but I want something crazy. Because I thought the millionaire, was it Find a Millionaire or whatever, was still on Lifetime or We or something. That show. Did you ever watch that?
Mm-mm.
My girl, I'm gonna have to send you the last season.
Find a millionaire.
Yeah, something
Okay.
like that. Oh my, it's terrible, terrible and great
I
all at the
mean,
same time.
we can always go back to one of our originals, 90 Day Fiance.
I know it's on right
I don't know where
now.
they are though.
I'm
Oh, is
watching.
it
Oh no, I'm watching 90 Day the Other Way, and
the other way? Okay.
we watched the first like 3 episodes. I don't like the couples. I don't. So I don't think I would even
Listen,
want to
if it
review
ain't
it.
the OG Jenny, this
Jenny
is
and
it.
Submit, like those. I don't know. The first couple of seasons were like my favorite. I got into it tough. Okay, I was like, this show is bananas. Bananas. But
Crazy.
now it's like every other show where when it first start, people really don't
It's
know what
good.
to expect. They
Mm-hmm.
don't find people who just wants to be famous for the most part. It's like they really either want something, like maybe a little piece of them wants to be famous, but it's not like a persona, right? As the seasons go on for all of these shows, it seems like there's a little bit of persona, like this is not the real person. They're
It's
just here.
how I get on. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then it's like not fun anymore. But those first couple of seasons of a new show, it's real gems out there. So we'll see. We'll see how Love After Lockup is, or if there's another show, like Ashante said, let us know in the chat and we'll see if we can take that
Yeah.
on. Not 22 episodes worth, but hopefully they're shorter seasons.
No more Love is Blind. Not Love is Blind, but Married at First Sight. Yeah, this is a whole
Oh my
season like
God,
this.
no.
Give it to us like Love is Blind, where you can kind of get like 3 or 4 episodes in chunks and
Yes.
you can
Love on
watch
Stage
and
is supposed to be coming back too. I think that's in DC this year. So trying to get
oh, is it
Ashante on
okay?
there. She doesn't want to do it. Let's vote for her. Wait, let me hide your
Anywho,
let me
so
hide your face. Let's vote for her. Okay. All right, go ahead.
yes, Love on Stage. We can come back and review that. We did season 1, so let's do that when it comes back. And we should do another, like maybe. Um, you ever watch Ready for Love? I think what it's called.
No, I haven't seen Ready for Love and I haven't seen Put a Ring on It. Those two I haven't seen.
I haven't seen Put a Ring on It. So I
Okay.
started Ready for Love when they were up here in DC, and I started watching it. So I've seen the 2 episodes, the 2 seasons up here, and then 2 seasons down in Miami. I think that's another one we can
That's a
listen
good
to,
one.
depending on
Okay.
the timing. Yeah,
Yes.
we'll see what the timing looks like. Let us
All
know if you watch
right.
any of these and if there's something that you're interested in us reviewing. So, all right, that's it for this week. Before we leave, hit the subscription button, hit the notification button, and then we want to remind you to do what?
Protect your throne and get Ashante on one of these dating shows. All right.
Negative. All right. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Sunday.
I was gonna
All
say
right.
Sunday.
Oh yeah, any day. You're watching this. Okay. Bye.